Hello, hello, hello. I'm glad everyone is here tonight. And this has been on Entertainment TV. Well, I can hear myself, Johnny. You sure? Okay, this is being on Entertainment TV. And I'm glad to see everybody's in the chat. And I'm just basically starting my new show today. And just want to get some things started as we go and everything. So I'm glad to see some of my people here. And today we're going to talk about a little about domestic violence. Yeah, we're going to talk about domestic violence a little bit. And we're also going to talk about a subject that my friend gave me today, one of the angels gave me today. And it was about who really were the parents in your home, you know? Yeah. So I think that would be a pretty interesting topic and much more exciting on top of that. So, like I said, welcome to Vino Entertainment TV, and let's get this thing started. At first, I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Vino Entertainment TV. You know, if it's your first time coming here, like I said, I'm just starting my show, and it's going to be something very interesting and unique and different, and it's going to be more as a grown folks environment, a grown an adult show, that we can have things going and get laughs and inspire and be most of all have a lot of peace going on within ourselves. Right now, Vino Entertainment is about firearm violence, domestic violence, and if you've grown and now comfortable enough to speak about being molested when you was young, Vino Entertainment TV is a place for it. This is an adult channel where we will love and give peace and inspire each other on this show. And just basically just want to talk about what's going on in the world within yourself and what life has brought you as of now, as you are, grown within your, we're grown right now. So Vino Entertainment is also a loving channel, and it's just basically just gonna be about inspiring each other and with a lot of laughter, So on that note, Vino Entertainment, like I said, is about gun violence. We're going to talk about gun violence on this show. Firearm violence on this show, but mostly because that's what this show was, uplifted about, was on gun violence, which was something that my son had happened to him when he was 21 years old. And that's basically just a story I want to share with my friends, families, and also I want to put out the community. And also I want to share that with you as well, And as I said, my son was shot when he was 21. He was going on 22 within the next 2 weeks before he was shot as an innocent bystander. A lot of innocent bystanders do get shot when they're not even involved in a situation, as well on that point. So that's basically what my reason here for the show is about firearm violence, but I'm also going to talk about domestic violence and being molested when you were small, Right now, things can get better if nobody is held accountable. Things can't get better if nobody is held accountable for their actions as far as gun violence, even for domestic violence, even for being molested. Someone has to be accountable for that situation. And when you're accountable for that situation, and we all know, when you get someone who's accountable for that problem that has caused for you, which is called the abuser, when that person is called, when that person has been charged on their actions, you feel much better. You have more of a relief that you might consider a little insight of how you can get better with what has happened to you. Okay. And I just want to stop and say hello, Elbreeze and Monet and Sarah. I'm glad to see y'all in the chat. Glad to see you have come to visit with me on the channel. And hello to Miss Scott and everything. And hello to Miss this. So who else do we have? Oh, Past That Perp. Hello, Past That Perp. I'm glad to see you in the chat, sir. Yeah. Okay. But however, let me get more started with the Vito Entertainment, you know. Today, like I said, I'm going to go on a little bit about domestic violence, you know. And like I said, one of the angels had pitched an idea to me about who wore the pants in your home. I just want to say back in a lot of actions has been taken about domestic violence. Domestic violence is in our cultures, in our educational backgrounds. Domestic violence is in homes, and sometimes we keep it on hush hush until they had a movement. So see, women's had got tired of being jumped on or abused verbally, physically, and emotionally. And so what they did was they had put it in the act back in the 70s of a movement, you know what I'm saying, for the domestic violence. You know, domestic violence was in homes, and people, like I said, people came to the hush hush back in the day, women's did back in the day, you know, until the women movement came around back in 1970. That brought a lot of issues of domestic violence. This group also was encouraging of women to come out about it, you know. So now that way, like I said, we are here where we can talk more about being in domestic violence. Domestic violence is nothing to be ashamed of, you know, even though some people are ashamed, you know, some are not, you know, and the ones that's not ashamed, that gives you gave me the reason why to open a panel up where you can come and talk about domestic violence and get a relief, you know, within yourself, that knowing that you're not alone with domestic violence and that someone else also has been in the same situation that you has been in, that you are in as well. Back in 1994, the Congress passed the Violence Against Women Act. In 1995, our great Bill Clinton did do a Violence Against Women Office Act back in the Department of Justice. You know, we had to stand up for each other, you know, on all circumstances and all cases of, you know, domestic violence and gun violence and things of that sort, you know. Domestic violence is a serious issue right now, and it's a serious threat for men and women. That's something that we want to get, you know, out of the homes, you know, that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And when you are in a serious domestic violence relationship, you know, when you figure it out about the abuser and you want to get out the situation, you can, but you have to do it in a quiet way. You know, I don't know, you know, men and women that want to be in domestic violence. Me, myself, I have been in domestic violence, you know what I'm saying? So domestic violence is nothing to really hide about, not at all. Domestic violence is basically, you know, like I said, I've been in domestic violence. What happened was I had told a boyfriend that I no longer wanted to date him. You know what I'm saying? And in the meantime, he telling him that I didn't want to date him. I found out that he was doing some things that I did not approve of, because I didn't want my kids around certain interactions with certain people. You know what I'm saying? And so when I told my abuser that, he didn't too much, you know, like the situation of how I said it and what I said. And sometimes when you be in a domestic violence relationship, being in relationship, you have to watch what you say and how you say it, and maybe point to as when you say it on top of that. You know what I mean? So you have to be really careful when you say certain things and how you say it. And so what I did was, I did not let my abuser get away with being for violating my rights. I did prosecute to the full force. I did not let that person get away with it. I could not stand to let him get away with it, because if he got away with abusing me in domestic violence, what would he do to the next person? The next person may not be as strong as I was. You know what I mean? And it did take me a while to get over it. It did take me a while to get myself back together. But what I did was myself, I can't speak for no one else. I am a believer in God. And I did pray about a lot of things that happened in my life when I was abused, being in domestic violence. That like I say, my abuser did violate my rights. I did do a lot of praying. I did a lot of soul searching. I had a lot of thoughts. I did a lot of meditation. I had to get myself together, because I know and I knew that was not for me, and I was not going to be back in that situation ever again. I just couldn't let it happen, because of the fact that I have a home to raise. I have some sons to raise, and my sons will not be an abuser. My sons will be able to love someone and show them how to love. And that's how I show my kids how to love and love someone, my two young men. And I don't want my two young men to be an abuser, you know what I'm saying, in no kind of way, verbal, or physically, or mentally. I don't want my kids to be in that kind of situation, and none whatsoever, or even to be an abuser, because of the fact that you have a mother. You have to think about how your mother would feel, or how your mother felt, or how she would feel if she see you do this to someone else. So I don't raise my kids, and I did not raise my kids or my young men, so let me just say it like that, to be like that. And we have to be careful about the things we say and things go on our home when we have domestic violence as well, because when our small ones go back, to the educators, you know what I'm saying, they might can just take the abuse that they get from home, or from they see their parents do. They might take that to the educators, in the classroom, and want to abuse a kid, you know what I'm saying? So those things we want to talk about as well, on the show. And I'm glad to see everybody come in. Thank you, everyone, for coming to the show. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much. Okay, and a few signs of domestic violence: calling you out of your name, insulting you, or maybe put you down in any kind of way. That can be domestic violence. Even though they may have a smile on their face, that may not mean nothing, but still, that's domestic violence. Another sign might be control how you spend your earnings, where you go, or what you wear. You know what I'm saying? That can be controlling. If it's not, it can turn out to be controlling, and that's something that you have to watch out for. When you be in a certain relationship, you have to watch out for all signs, even the small signs that you may have missed may have been the key point sign for domestic violence. I always was told, and I do believe, when a person show you the first time how they are, that's how they really, really are. Don't let that first time ever come out your mind to where that's not how they are. They're going to do better. When you think they're going to do better, the abusing get worse. It don't get any better. It get worse and worse, And the third sign of domestic violence that I feel is accusing you of cheating, perhaps putting you down in any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? When a person accuses you of cheating and they're very, very possessive of you, it's easy for a man or a woman, to accuse you of cheating. You know what I'm saying? Because let me make this clear. This is not a man show singly or a woman's show singly. This is a man and woman's show. This is a show where we all can grow together, no matter how big or small. Okay. The fourth sign that I think is a sign of domestic violence is threatening you with a weapon. You know what I'm saying? Even if he have the weapon, or even if he don't have the weapon, you know what I'm saying? Just the threat of having that weapon is a sign, of some kind of violence that he have in his mind, or some kind of violence that he has on his thought, you know what I'm saying? So There's just a few signs I want to just put out there. And the last sign I want to put out there is maybe be like to blame you for his behavior. You know what I'm saying? Always blaming you for, well, you made me hit you because you did such and such. Well, you made me do this to you because you did such and such. You know what I'm saying? So you can't let that be the reason of anything of domestic violence. I just want to say, please do not take the blame of any domestic violence that may be happening to you. Like I said, man or woman. Like I said, this is a men and women's chat. You know what I'm saying? And all things can happen to either or men or women. And so we have to stand up and try to take care of each other, you know, and be friends. Get a friend you can talk to when things like they happen. A friend that you can confide in when you have domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? When it first started, and someone has a right man and a strong mind that can guide you in the right way when the domestic violence, occur, in that time, but in that time, you know what I'm saying? And it's just basically a lot of things that we have to take care of, as women and as men. We are in the domestic violence, like I said, um, keep some numbers on hand, you know what I'm saying? And there are numbers out there for safety when you are in the domestic violence, you know what I'm saying? Also for the full family or an individual, there is safety measures you can take, and there are 1-800 numbers that you can get, you know what I'm saying, for domestic violence. I don't have them on hand, but there are numbers that you can get for domestic violence. And I know one may be the Salvation Army or some kind of women's shelter or men's shelter, or a 1-800 number, but in any kind of way, if you get in that situation, you don't have anyone to talk to, find a number, find a friend, just talk to someone. It is someone you can talk to, you know. And always, a prayer is always needed. You know what I'm saying? Who have you prayed to or who you talk to when you're in your time of need? Like I said, I talk to God. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and put that in motion. You know what I'm saying? You never know. They say God move things, power move things, and if that can move things, you can move things as well. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be in your strength and in your wealth and in your vision where you can move those things. You know what I'm saying? So that's most definitely what you need to do as well. Like I said, men's are just say this men. Like I said, men's are victims as well. Through time, men's may have it a little different than women do as far as domestic violence. Men's probably can't take it like women can take it. We can suck up a lot of things, but men's cannot suck up a lot of things, like we do. We can take things to a certain limit to deal with, but men's have a short standard of a short memory of getting mad. They can't take things that we can. So sometimes, I have to sit back and say, are we really the strong women? Are they the strong men? But I know, as being a woman, we are the strong women. You know what I'm saying? Because we could conduct and do multi jobs, and it'd be no problem. But a man can't do multitask. A man can only do so many tasks. A woman can do multitask 5 things at one time if she got to. She could do 6 if she got to. You know what I'm saying? So as like I said, as far as a man, like I said, you do get men's that are also been in domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? I've heard a lot of men talk about how they have been abused as well in domestic violence. So it's not just women's, like I said, in domestic violence. On this as well. And like I said, most domestic violence is not reported, but we need to report that. You know what I'm saying? When it get to a certain point, like I said earlier, it's the small things. How I start out small, but eventually it will get worse if you don't sit down and handle the situation right then and there. Some men are hot headed, some men are not hot headed. When they are hot headed, just wait till you catch them at a more calmer time to be able to sit down and say, baby, let's have this talk, or we need to talk about something, that's not really healthy for us, at this present time in our relationship. So we have to do that as well. That's a very important thing that we got to do is, put much more of a handle on the domestic violence. Um, I've been reading the papers. I've been not paper, but I've been reading a lot on the internet where it's been a lot of domestic violence, and where our more younger women are bringing men into their home. I say that they don't really know them to bring them into your home to live with you, to be around your babies, and start abusing you. And like I said, it would start out basically just verbally, it's this at that, what I'm saying? Those words started adding up little by little. And when they started adding up little by little, our little ones do, look at that, what I'm saying? And we have to remember our babies do pick up words. And sometimes they take words and pick them up, and we don't even know they pick those words up and take those words and use those words. And it'll be so funny. You're like, where you learn those words from? Well, and you think about what you say around kids, you know what I mean? So when you get someone in your home, like I said, and start verbally abusing you, that's the first sign. And that's the first sign that you need to do something different. Something has to be done much different than that, So, never give up on yourself. Never think that you're not strong, because you are strong. And I'm speaking to a man and I'm speaking to women at the same time. You are a strong person, and you have to stay strong at all times. You know what I mean? And don't let anybody belittle you and put you down in any relationship. Basically just, just stay strong. Again, this has been on entertainment. I'm glad that everybody come in to visit, with me on my channel. I'm glad to have you all in here. It's very exciting to see you all. And like I said, I'm here just basically to give out strength, peace, and love on the things that's going on in our household that some people are scared to talk about, or don't want to talk about, or just not ready to talk about the things that's going on. But I'm ready to talk about those things, because these things has to stop, and we got to get stronger and handle the situation. We just have to. It has to be basically a game changer in our home. You know what I'm saying? Let me just say this quote. Forgive others, not because they deserve forgiveness, but it's because you deserve peace. So, always give yourself a hug. If you can't get a hug from no one, give yourself a hug. That's the base thing. That's the best thing you can do. Wake up in the morning, feel good, give yourself a hug. Know that you are important. You are strong. You have a good mind, and you can run whatever it is that needs to be ran in any situation that you may come across. Like I said, I just want to say that I'm very happy to get my channel started. I do, and I am, and I want to just basically talk about inspirational things. I don't want to be, with a lot of drama, and we're not here to bash anyone or make fun of anyone, you know what I'm saying? Because we are adults, and adults need to act like adults. Because right now, our adults need to be the more of the ones who talk more to our young adults who are more out of hand, you know what I'm saying? And that's something that we also got control of our young adults, you know what I'm saying? We as parents have to sit down with our young adults, even though they say, well, they don't want to hear it, or it's not interesting to them. Yeah, we know it's not interesting to you. We know it's not interesting subject for them to talk about. But we know, as we have gotten older, that these situations and subjects are to be talked about, because they're out in the world that we are living in today. You know what I'm saying? We are in 2022. In 2022, a lot of things are happening. A lot of negative things are happening. And we see it on TV. We see it on tube. We see it everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it's to us to try to, calm some of the situation down. I know we can't calm all the situations down, because we don't want to put ourselves in danger. But if it's our family members or our loved ones or our friends or someone we just talk to, they may be the one that we can make talk to and give more positive words to and be more inspiration to. You know what I'm saying? It's just basically to build each other up and build our community up, because our community is broken in so many states. It's broken, and sometimes people are very scared to talk about what's broken in the community that you stay in. The community I stay in, you know, it's a okay community. It's a good community, but every community have an apple that spoils, all the apples. You know what I'm saying? And that one apple that spoils all the apples we got to get rid of, because we don't want to spoil our new apples that we get in the bowl. You know what I mean? So this is basically it. I just want to drop a few knowledge on, about domestic violence and on life, and that, keep yourself confident. Confidence is a game changer. That's something that we need, and confidence is something that we need to give our kids as well. We need to put confidence in our household. Our kids do need confidence when they're out in the community, interacting with other people, kids, parents, things of that sort. Confidence is a very big part of life. Like I said, confidence is a very big game changer within the world. You know what I'm saying? And it's professional in being confidence, and being personal, in confidence. It's a game. It's basically a good game changer. Like I said, I started this channel because my son was hurt due to firearm violence, and I just basically want to put some awareness out there, what can be done, and how we can raise awareness in our communities. You know what I'm saying? And how we can help each other build up, any doubt that we have in our minds or in our hearts, or, anything of that sort, and that's basically it, Also, like I said, being on entertainment is basically just to give you confidence, find some strength, within yourself. Give knowledge, if you got knowledge to give, knowledge is always best for us to listen to. We're never too old to learn, about life. We're never too old to learn about life, and life is what makes, what makes you, you know what I mean? Like I said, I have grown a lot in my life. I've grown a lot when I got in my 50s. I grew in my 40s, but in 30s, in my 20s, I kind of knew what I wanted, but I didn't really know what I wanted. But now I'm for sure I know what I want in my life. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we have to put first, in general. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to drop the link. If anyone will come up and talk, we can. And like I said, we also want to do a debate today about who really wear the pants in your home. Like I said, one of the angels gave me that thought, you know what I'm saying? And it was a very good one, And so, and it's very interesting about, who do wear the pants in the house. You know what I'm saying? Is it a person in position who wear the pants in the house? Perhaps, maybe not. Or is it a person who has the responsibilities in the house? Maybe not. So it's a 50-50 thing about who wear the pants in the house. Now, I think the person who wear the pants in the house, it's equal. It's not, a one-way situation. I think it goes both ways, of learning. If it's just one person, wearing the pants in the house, it wouldn't even be right. It would be so many problems in your household. You know what I'm saying? If there's so many arguments because, you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Maybe still confused about who wear the pants in the house, um, me myself, the person who wear the pants in the house, and the person is who is more in control in your house. That's who I think the person wears the pants in the house. You know what I'm saying? But then again, it may be the person who's sitting back telling that person who's in control what to say. You know what I'm saying? And not really realizing they're not the person in control. It's just a 50-50 thing. you know. So I did drop the link on the in the chat. And if you'd like to come on the panel, you are more than welcome to come on the panel and talk to me and discuss more about discrimination. Talk to me more about who wears the pants in the house, and also being domestic violence in your home. It don't have to be in your home. It could be a friend you may know of, or a situation that you have heard of, or someone that has a story and they don't want to share their story themselves, that may give you a story to share with us. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's not the show that wanted to put you down. It's a show that's more uplifting, and your story is your story. My story is my story. You know what I'm saying? And no one is judged here. I'm not the judge. You're not the judge. No one's in the comments to judge. We're all open. Open. We came out here, came with an open heart, and we all came with an open mind. You know, and that's just basically it. So, you know, um, let's see. Sarah says Perp has the most kindest heart. Thank you, Perp. Thank you, Wick. Thank you, Sarah. We get called on my phone. Thank you very much, Sarah. Thank you very much. Let's see. And Abria said, or it is the children who wear the pants. I've seen that too. Yeah, I've seen that too. I've seen the kids wear the pants in the household. Telling parents what to do. I've seen where parents scared their kids. I'm like, you better whoop their butt. You scared of your children, and they're scared of their children. Their kids talk crazy to them. And some parents just go for that. Just let it go. But I can't do that. I don't see how. I don't see how they can just let their kids talk to them any kind of way. You know what I'm saying? It's not right at all. It's not right at all. You know. But like I said, I'm glad to hear everybody in my chat. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to inspire and give knowledge and peace and love, and just basically have fun. You know what I'm saying? Just letting everyone know that you're not here by yourself. You're not in a situation by yourself. You know, um, you haven't been there alone like you thought you was. If someone else want to talk about what's going on, you know, within life. You know what I'm saying? So um, that's what happens. So yeah. Okay then. Hello, Mrs. Scott. How are you doing?
Hey, can you hear me, Perk?
Yes, ma'am. And I have
Well,
my
I
mentor,
was going
Miss
to
Wicked
say,
Angel.
Listen at you. Hey, sis. What's going on, Mrs. Scott?
Hey.
Hey, everybody. Hey,
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 Wicked.
Sarah in the building. Miss Scott. El Breeze. Hey, y'all.
Yes.
Hey, y'all. What is up? What is good?
Yeah, hello, ladies. Hello. How y'all doing?
Girl, I am late, but not forgetting. I see. I thank you for calling me, but I was knocked out and my phone was under the bed, baby. I didn't even
Under
know.
the bed.
Anyway. Anyway, that's a long story, and it ain't worth nothing. Nothing.
Nothing at all.
Nothing.
It's
What up,
gonna be here.
Monelle? So, what you been talking about, sis?
Say,
What's the
Perk.
I've
plan?
been talking about domestic violence, and um I had one of the angels gave me a good insight on a topic on about who wears the pants in the house, the man or the woman.
Mm, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Let's talk all about it.
So how do you feel about that, Miss Scott?
Well, I definitely feel like it's the person who kind of keeps the household afloat. That's the person who I would say wear the pants in the household.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay.
But
So
I
you
just
don't
wanted
feel
to
like,
come up and say, hello, Perp, that I'm so proud of you and you did an awesome job.
Yes, you did.
well,
Yes.
thank you, thank you. I'm trying my best to do a good job, and I want to be a good channel where, like I said, we can talk about adult things, and you know, don't be shamed because you're not the only one who's been in any kind of situation of on any topics that I may have. You know what I'm saying? And it's just basically we're here to share love and peace and inspire everyone because inspiration it means a lot. You know what I mean? It
Yep.
means a lot. It do.
Well, I'm changing out my girly clothes into
Okay.
my champion shorts and my t-shirt right now.
What are you
So,
gonna do today?
box.
Oh, oh, oh,
Who you
Uh uh.
Hold on, y'all think I'm
Love.
playing.
she said she gonna box angels.
I
Angels.
had
What
a
we got
beautiful
here?
little lovely pastel pink sparkly shirt to
Mm-hmm.
record for y'all. But somebody thinking they gonna change my vibe. So now,
Uh-oh.
yeah, straight up. I'm over here looking like a thug. And the reason why is because we always fighting to show men how strong we are. Then
That's
you show them how strong we are, then there they go forgetting how strong they supposed to be.
that's
So
right.
I'm not for that. I'm for the old school way.
You gearing up, huh?
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Look here.
Yeah,
Oh,
women sometimes get to show men sometimes that we
think I'm
don't.
playing. We should be
Uh-oh,
real
ladies.
about hers.
Angel,
Look,
look at her, Angel. She's
look,
ready.
look, look, look how I'm thugging, y'all. Look what I had on. Look, notice the beautiful color.
Oh, that's pretty. You got a lot of
Yeah.
glitter and the shining there, but
Yep. Now look at her thugging. Your black tea champion. What? Throwing the kicks on. That's how we doing.
Tari. She ready.
Okay,
Yep. Be
Jesus,
right back.
Toya, baby. No, Wicked. How about behave yourself?
Yeah, tell her, behave herself. I don't think she is. She ready.
And then I
She
think she
ready.
gone, y'all.
That's one of my
Well, Perp, I'm
mentors,
gonna drop back
too.
down.
Okay,
I'm
thank you,
gonna
Mrs.
drop back down
Scott.
to the chat. But I had to come up and tell you that you did an awesome job, and we always encouraging you.
Yes, y'all are, and I love you all. I love all the
Yeah, we
angels.
love you
Y'all are
too,
so
Perp.
sweet. Thank you for coming up, Mrs. Scott. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Who you think I am? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Throw your ass like a basketball, nigga.
That's just a minor. That is just a minor domestic violence. Very minor. Very minor.
Very minor. Very minor.
Very minor. Very minor. Very minor. Domestic violence. But yeah, like I said, domestic violence is something, like I said, is in the community we need to get rid of, or take heed of. Like I said, it be small things when it start out, and then they get physical, you know. And we are beautiful women, We just can't be getting allowed to be getting abused on, getting our hands, getting men to put hands on us, and that means that us strong women's have to have hands and feet put on them, but we are not, trying to be abusive, but we got to protect ourselves as well. So, like I said, men's are also, being in domestic violence as well. I've seen it,
Yes, I have too, Kurt.
sometimes it make me feel pretty good to see a woman put hands on a man. Because I've seen so many men put women on, hands on women, I be want to sit back and just look, but it don't make me no better by just sitting back and just looking at that man get beaten. Because, like I said, it's a pleasure sometimes to see a man get jumped on, instead of a woman get jumped on all the time. Hello, Erica, my sister. Thank you
Yeah.
for coming. Oh yeah, most definitely.
What's going on past that part? Hey, Erica. How you doing, my love? Welcome.
Oh yeah.
Girl, my nigga, I'm over here so weak. He got me jacked up, child. He seen me. Look, last he saw I was looking like a sweet little Christian girl. Now I'm thugging. He heard up and took notice and ignored it. I got his ass. I got his ass. Oh, I need to tell y'all what he got mad about. That's what I need to do.
And you was all prettied up.
Girl, I was all pretty, flower,
Oh,
floraled
Wicked.
up.
Oh no.
Now I'm one of the
Oh.
boys.
She had her pretty look on. Isn't that something, y'all?
Yeah, I came out that outfit so fast, but that's just it, because everybody go have arguments and stuff. It's what you do with them, and I
Mhm.
think it's important first and foremost to talk about how you get them is how you keep them. So when you start a relationship, you have to be very careful about what you will tolerate and what you won't, because that's what men especially get used to.
That's right.
Okay, and it's hard to double them back around and say, "Well, no, you can't do this," when they've already gotten away with it. So you got to put them, you got to put it down in the beginning
Gotta
and
let.
find somebody that can flow with you. We the prize.
That's right. We are the prize. We are the prize. Most definitely the prize. And they forget that. They forget that we are the prize. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you get a strong sister, a strong individual. You are the prize. And when you get that strong person that's the prize, you better keep that prize and keep on unwrapping it day by day and be happy with it.
Yup.
Most definitely. Most definitely. But yeah, so we have to be strong in it, in our ways, you know what I'm saying? You know, but like I said, so do you think the man or woman wear the pants in the house wicked?
Both.
Both.
I never believed that the woman is under the man. I think we're both powerful forces that give both perspectives and both spectrums. So we balance each other out, but I don't think one over the other. So I think a lot of that talk about how the man is the head of the household got women in a position where we haven't been respected and been fighting for that our whole lives for nothing.
Right.
For nothing.
Right.
From our boys, to our sons, to our fathers, to our uncles. Girl, look, a girl child ain't safe from a family full of minions. Okay, let's be clear. So
Most
I don't think
definitely.
anyone wears. I think we both wear pants. I don't try and be with a man that's not a strong, kind of protector. But nah, hold on. I'm just gonna be real with you. We insinuate each other. Ain't nobody over me.
Yeah. 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 But when I was growing up, my mom, I grew up in a single home. My mom were out with the pants in our house, you know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
I watched my mom
Mine
do a
too.
lot of stuff and raised me to be not a single woman, but raised me to be a strong person. If I did have to be a single parent, she showed
Mm-hmm.
me how to be a single parent, how to take care of myself, and to take care of everything, not to depend on a man to do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
The
So,
same way I had sons, so I taught them how to cook and how to do things so they would hopefully be dependent and feel like they had to have a woman.
right.
So it's a balanced playing field, especially nowadays.
Right. It really is, you know what I'm saying? So you just got to, just that's why we had to be there for our kids, when they're in situations, even though we may be mad at them, we still need to be there for them because like I said, they may be going through some things that in their relationship that they want to talk to mom about or to pops about, you know what I'm saying? So, even though we may be mad at them, we still want to come to us and still talk to us and let us know not what's going on in their life, but if we can be there to help them in any kind of way, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Most definitely, most definitely. Miss RH Unlimited Music, I dropped the link now. There we go.
Girl, sit up here, won't help
Hello,
me.
Miss RH Music. How you doing?
Hey,
Hey, RH, how you doing, baby?
I'm good. I wanted to come on here. El Breeze wanted me to talk more about when my situation when I got out of that abusive marriage I was in. So that's why I hopped up.
Oh,
Okay,
please speak
great.
on it.
We're
Okay, but
listening.
guys, give me a second. I'm about to drop down. I need to put my AirPods and stuff on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna be in the comments though, and
Okay.
I'm definitely listening. So please keep it up, Miss Perp. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, Miss RH, we're listening. What happened? And I'm sorry that this happened to you and you want to share your story. We all are listening, ma'am.
Well, it was years ago. I was young and he was older than me. I think that was the issue. And at that time, I thought I was in love. I knew what it was, but I didn't. But before we even got married, he used to be jealous. Like anytime we go somewhere or a guy look at me or speak, he used to always accuse me of cheating just from random strangers. And I was like, okay. I didn't think nothing about it. I just thought he loved me. You know, I thought it was cute for a man to act like that. So we got married and everything was okay at first until one night he got off work and he was drunk and he came to the house. I don't know what we got into it about, but that was his first time putting his hands on me. I
Sorry. To hear
called the
that.
police on him because he was really drunk. Like he was drunk. So I called the police. The police got there. They had to beat him up because he had a knife on the side of the bed and he was trying to grab it. So I went to the police station and I wanted to drop the charges because dumb, but at the time I couldn't drop it because the state had picked it up or whatever. So
Mm.
being me, I was stuck by him and he got out of jail or whatever, and I wanted to fix the marriage. So I stayed and he just kept jumping on me. And at this time I wasn't around my family. It was just he and I in another city. So another time he scared me. He pushed my head against the wall. It's the sharp edge of a corner. He
Yeah.
almost hit my head on that, and that could have damaged me. But the final straw with him, like it happened a few more times. And before I even got in that situation, I used to always say, "Oh, I'll never be that type of female to be in a relationship like that. If he do this, I'm leaving the first time."
Right.
But when you get in a situation like that, it changes because
You
you
do.
think that you love this person and you want things to go back to the way it were. So you think that he's going to change and it never does. It get worse.
So it
So
got worse.
that's what,
So it got worse and worse.
yeah. One night, this was after my grandma passed away. Me and him went out with my brother. He was performing at a club and he didn't know nobody in this club. So we was all in there having fun and he was on the other side smoking with somebody he didn't know. Next thing I know, he got into a fight with some guy. So I was ready to go after that. He got mad at me because I didn't help him. At that time, I was young. So I'm only 5'4". I'm not a big female at all. And he
Yeah.
was taller than me. We in the back seat of the car arguing back and forth, like going at it. So I remember I told him to shut the fuck up talking to me. And when I did that, he jumped in my face. I couldn't feel nothing at the time, but when he got back, it was blood dripping all the way down my arms. Like he literally bit
Oh
a
my.
hole in the bottom lower left of my lip.
Wow.
And so they had to take me straight to the hospital because I literally had a hole in the bottom of my lip. And
Man.
I cried because they had to stick my lips so many times with a needle to numb it. That was the most excruciating pain
Ugh,
that I went through.
I'm so sorry.
Now, after all of this, he turned himself in, went to jail, and I took him back one last time. And I don't know why I took him back then. I was like, I can't keep doing this to myself. But the final straw with him was when he threw me to the ground. He had it ready. He was finna hit me with a radio. I don't know how I got up, but I got up and I ran out because he was like, he said, either I'm gonna kill you or you gonna kill me. And that was it. When I ran out the house, I started screaming so loud, running up the street. My neighbor called the police. I didn't even call. They called the police and they took him to jail, and that was it. Like I filed for divorce. I was like, I can't keep doing this. And at
Yeah.
that time, like it broke me down. It tore up my confidence. A lot of people, you look at someone, you be like, oh, you so beautiful. You ain't go through that. Oh, I had to build myself back up
Right.
because of that.
Right.
So now, like every day, I have to look at this scar on the side of my lip, like every day.
Mm-hmm.
So when people they be like, what that mark is right there? And I'm like, I don't know. I was born with it because I don't want to go into details about stuff, but
Right.
I'm glad that that was the only thing that had happened to me. I just hate I have a lifetime scar that I
To
have. It
remind you.
reminds me of that every time I look in the mirror.
Amen.
And no
Yeah.
matter how beautiful people think I am, nobody knows what I went through and how I had to get my confidence back. you know. So
Oh, I know.
I'm glad that you talked about that because it's kind of a touchy subject. And just like I tell people, like, you don't know who go through what in their past. And I'm kind of glad I went through that because it made me realize my worth. It made me focus on myself. I need to make sure I'm happy first because when I make sure I'm happy, that means I can clearly think and see the signs before it even get out of hand now.
That's
You
right.
know,
You run from it. Start running. Put your track shoes on and run away.
right. I don't if he sneak or sneeze wrong, I'm leaving like bye, get out. Like I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
I have two daughters. My oldest is about to be 17. So I had to change, even though we don't have kids, but now that I have daughters, I
Mhm.
never want them to go through anything that I went through.
Right.
So I'm teaching them what to look for and they watch me. So I don't bring nobody around my children at all.
Right. Right.
They watch everything I do and I want to be a good example for them, even though I know they're gonna go through their own things, but I'm gonna try my best as long as I'm living to not allow them to go through some of the stuff that I went through.
That's right. That's right. Like I was saying earlier that I was in domestic violence. I had told my boyfriend I no longer want to date him because my son told me he had seen him doing some drugs. I said, you sure? No, I know my kid ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? My kid gonna tell me the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The small kids don't tell the story. Don't lie. He
Right.
said, yeah, mom, I did. I said, you sure? You sure? He said, yeah, mom, I did. You know. And I told him
My dad,
I told him I
my
didn't want to
dad
date
was
him
pissed.
anymore.
My dad was so pissed at me. He was pissed because
I did.
the last time that he jumped on me, my dad called me and he was like, has he done this before? And I was like, no. I said, this is first time. And I was lying. So what my dad did, because he's friends with the police and sheriff and all this other stuff, they're a brotherhood. So the police called me. I had my dad on the other end. So when the police called me, I talked to them and told them, I was like, no, this is not the first time. I said, been going on. And when I said that, my dad started crying and he was so angry with me. He said, why didn't you tell me this? I was like, I couldn't. Once when I was on the phone with my father, that was the same night he banged my head against the wall. If he was sitting there, if I had told my dad what was going on, he could have killed me.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way I could tell my dad, well, yeah, he doing this to me. Then you have to drive 3 or 4 hours to come get me. I'll be dead by then.
That's
So
right.
like I tried to tell him, I had to do what I had to do to protect myself at that time. But
That's
thinking
right.
back on it, maybe I should have said something when he wasn't around, but I was young and he was older than me. And
Oh, okay. He had
so
some
it's,
advantage, a little bit of advantage because he was older, so he had a little bit of
yeah,
advantage of you.
that's how, like now that I'm 38 years old, I see the signs. When a man is like that, that means he's insecure about himself. He's jealous. He has some issues from his childhood that he need to fix on. He can't
Right.
control nothing else. They can't handle a man, so you have to belittle a woman. And I
Right.
don't like that. So
Right.
now that I know that, I don't tolerate that whatsoever at
Right.
all. But my
Right.
dad was pissed at me for a long time. And we finally started talking. He apologized because he wasn't there for me like he was supposed to because he let his anger get the best of him instead of taking his anger out on him. It was
Right.
basically because I lied to him and told him that was the first time he did it and it wasn't.
But you kind of put your dad in safety too because you never know what that dude would have done if your dad would just came over in anger. It would have been a lot of things going on, and and your dad
Well, yeah, he
probably.
said he was gonna kill him.
Yeah, so so you basically say your dad as well for coming there to save you, but you also save yourself. So you save you solve two things in one time. You save yourself and you save your dad for not coming there and doing what dad's gonna do. We know what dad's
Yeah,
gonna do when he's love his baby. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
No
I'm his
matter
only
how old
girl
you
too.
are, you can be 55 years old. Your dad is still your daddy's baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No
I
matter
kind of
what.
understand now though because I have a son. He's my youngest, and he's acting like my brother. Like my brother used to jump on girls, and I don't like that. So now he has it in him that he think that he can pick with girls. So anytime anybody ever tell me something about him and some girls at that school, I go up there and I embarrass him. You're not gonna do that. That's one thing I'm not gonna do is allow that. So I feel
Mhm.
like guys who do stuff to women like that, they wasn't taught the right way when they
Mhm.
was younger because it starts when you young. So I'm gonna instill in my son, you don't do that to a female. If you don't want nobody to do that to me, don't do it to nobody else.
Right, right. And you see young boys now, they talk bad to our little young queens.
Right. This generation is crazy. All of my children are taller than me. So I have to let them know. I had to get on my son butt the other day, and I don't hit him with no belt no more because he's taller than me. So I had to square up, and I told him, I'm gonna show you why I used to go to jail for fighting females back in the day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's what I have to do to him.
Yeah. Put a little fear in them a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna just because they think that a height and weight is something like they can. You ain't finna control me. It's too many kids trying to take over the house. Like I said, the same pants I bought, I will burn them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't play
Like
with me. I
Elbree
can't
said,
tell
a
me.
lot of kids run their parents' house now, Elbree said, you know, and I see that. I see a lot of kids run their household,
The
turn
only
them
thing
on
they
to
run
set up
in
and
here,
stuff.
the only thing they run in here is away from me when I come after them. That's the only thing they run. That's it. I don't play that. Like I'm all about respect. Treat people how
Right.
you want to be treated. Respect women and respect yourselves. That's what I'm trying to teach my children.
That's right. That's right. Because, you know, that's the best way to go because nowadays things are so crazy in the world and this decades, you know, that's the best way to go, you know what I'm saying? Nowadays
Yeah.
anyway, you know, that's the
Mm-hmm.
best way. It really
Yeah.
is.
It's
So,
hard, but it's necessary. I love my children, and I really think they changed me. Like they changed me
you know,
for the better.
isn't it something our age how a kid can change you when you have kids, how they can change your whole
Right.
lifestyle? Isn't it
Right.
something?
It can. And I be telling them, I said, I don't want to be no grandma yet. Because it's a lot of kids in school with, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to be a grandma yet. Y'all need to get an education first. I told them I was 21 and I was in my own house when I had my first child. I said, you're going to be the same way, maybe 31.
Right, right. Because when I had my first child, and boy, look here, my mom was so hot. I waited to the last minute told her to tell I was pregnant because I knew I was wrong. But when I had my first child, she made a believer out of me. And when I wanted to go to school, my grandma kept my baby. But when I wanted to go out or go to the movies or something like that, she wasn't having to take your baby, which I had my baby carriage. I had all my bottles. I had everything. Take my baby when I left. Cause take your baby with you. I'm not babysitting. So they broke me for 12 years not to have no kids.
Yeah.
You know, they will break you.
They will. I ain't having no more. My two's been tied for 13 years now. That's it.
That's it. I know
But I'm
that's right.
glad
Deep
I
in
enjoyed
here
this
in your
live
head.
though. I think this was nice. I'm glad I caught your live. Like stuff
Well, I'm
like
glad
this
you
we need to
came
get to
on because
talk about.
I have a lot of good topics to talk about. It's a lot of firearms in our neighborhoods, and that our kids shouldn't be having hold to. When I say kids, I'm talking about 5-year-olds or
Oh yeah.
6 years old or
Yeah.
something like that. They're not putting their firearms in the correct place, or they don't. I think they forget that you can buy locks to go, on the handle for firearms for safety. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, that's
when you have little
necessary.
kids like that in the household, they don't know no better. That they see all these games on TV with kids shooting the games and stuff and carry on. And that thing, when they see something like that, they gonna pick it up. They seen that on TV. I seen my brother playing that game on TV. He was shooting the firearm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they picked it up, and they're gonna shoot. But that's something that we need to put up for my kids. But then you have the ones that's teenagers, and those are the ones we have to be scared of right now. Those are the ones
Right.
we have to be afraid of.
Because
Those
they
are the
think
ones we
that's
need a full
cool.
body armor on.
They think it's cool, but my daughter friend killed herself and she's a kid with a
Yeah.
gun. So I don't like guns. I really feel like it only should be out when necessary. It should always. I don't think nobody should forget not to put your gun up or put a safety on that. That's very
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. I remember when we was growing up, when my grandfather had weapons, we knew not to touch nothing that didn't
Mm-hmm.
belong to us. We knew better. But nowadays, kids don't, they know better, but they just want to do their own thing, and like I said, a lot of the video games, whatever they see, and think it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun, but it's not really that, you know what I'm saying?
They
But
go by what they see. They think it's
yeah,
cool
yeah,
until
we
they
got
in
to do
jail.
better. Yeah, we got
Yeah.
to do better. We
It
got
got to.
to. We do, because we're stronger than that, and
Yeah.
we really we are really some wise people once we sit down and put our plan together, oh, we got a master plan.
Yeah, but you know, some people, they don't even care. Some people don't even want to take the time to even say right, do right or wrong for their children, or try to set an example. Some people want to be the kid's friend and think that's cool, and it's not.
Right, right,
I don't want to be
right.
my kid's friend.
Until they turn on them and start
Right,
cursing them out.
right.
And then it's not so cool. And by that time, you can't say nothing. They ain't trying to hear nothing you got to say because you've been letting it go on all this time. So why stop it now?
Mm-hmm.
You know,
My
it's just
kids got one
good
time to curse
business.
at me. They don't even have one time. They got a half a time to curse at me. They ain't gonna have a lip no more. And I told them it's gonna be gone. I created it. I get rid of it.
That's right. That's right. No matter how tall and big you are, you still can get that. You still can get a whooping. You know what I'm saying? To
Well,
put
they
you
call
back
me
in
crazy, so I
line.
don't think they'll try me like that. Cause I was like, y'all scared of me, and they was like, yeah. They was like, why? I said, that's cause you crazy. I said, okay, as long as y'all know that, then we good. I don't have to explain. You know I'm crazy, so we good.
They already know. Don't mess with mama.
Yeah, they don't want big problem. They see how I get.
Going to ease up on her. Going to go easy on her.
When they get older, they'll understand. I'm trying to shape because the world now is not like it was back then, even though it was crazy then. But now it is 100 times worse. I have to get them prepared. I have
You
to
do.
strengthen them mentally because they're not going to be able to handle it. If not,
You have to get them prepared. If not, someone, the police or someone was gonna get them prepared for get them prepared for you. You know, so it's best
right?
to get prepared at home. You know, for everything. Really, it's no need to
Hmm.
hide anything now that's going on in the world because everything's out in the open, and what's out in the open is not how you want for your kid to take persona of. So you want to
Right.
be the one to teach them the right way. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell them the right things, because they're gonna have all kind of peer pressure, but
Oh yeah.
it's for you to keep them on a straight line,
Yeah.
about things.
They're gonna make mistakes. And I know I'm gonna
Yeah.
let them go through it, but certain stuff I want them to try to avoid if can. Now, if they go out there and do some crazy stuff, that's on them. Because as long as I did my job when you was in my house, I'm good. But you go out there when you grown and do something, you're gonna have to suffer the consequence or whatever goes on. But I'll support you. But I'm not
Right,
bailing you out of nothing. Whenever I got in trouble, nobody ever bailed me out. I did what I had to do, and that was that.
right. You just had to stick it out
Hmm. That's how
and
you take
still get frustrated.
accountability. Right.
Right, right. We have to take accountability for what we do, but a lot of people don't can't and won't take accountability for what we do. Then you have a certain percentage that will. You have a lot of percentage that won't take
I had to
accountability.
learn to forgive, like to really forgive, because my ex-husband, it took me a long time to forgive him, and I thought I did, but I didn't. Like
Mhm.
forgiveness, it's so hard to do, and people say, "Well, it's easy." No, forgiveness take years, faith, prayer, a lot of stuff to
Oh,
forgive a
yes,
person that
Lord.
damaged you.
Yes,
And I
Lord.
realized that I really didn't forgive him. So once I forgave him, I felt so much better for
Hmm.
myself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I felt the same way when I didn't like after I had my baby and everything, and down the line, me and my baby father were no longer getting along, and he ended up dating somebody else. I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry and nothing like that. But when she would try to be ugly, that made me angry toward her. Gave me bad vibes, but I didn't really like her. But as time went on, my heart got lighter and lighter because my son would say, "Well, Mom, she treats me good. She treats me like this, treats me like that." So my heart got lighter, but it do take time though, and time will pass.
Yeah,
But it takes a lot. It
it
takes a lot
does.
of strong person to. You won't never forgive.
Hmm.
Never, never, never forgive. But you'll forget. I mean, but you'll forget about it for a while, but you will never forgive. I'm sorry, you forgive, but you will never forget. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
You
will.
forgive, you will never forget.
I be
And
trying to
that's
tell people, like they be saying forgive, like they'll forgive the next day. Like you ain't forgive. Forgiving is not overnight. That is something you got to pray through. You have to work through that because people do some low down stuff to you, and it takes a lot of hope and prayer to forgive someone,
it do. It do.
especially taking somebody's life, like stuff like that. It takes a lot to forgive.
It do. It do. It do. Like you said, it's gonna take years, and
Hmm.
sometimes you may not. It may not even happen.
Yeah.
You may not never forgive. You just something that you're gonna always have to take with you. But you know, sometimes I say it's you live to learn. You know what I'm saying? And you learn to live, but like you say, you know, some things you won't never get over in life.
Yeah,
Never. Yes, ma'am. Never.
right.
But I'm sorry that happened to you, but I'm glad to see you with us, and you're a strong woman, and you know, um,
Yeah.
you
It's a
got
longer story, but I just summed
yeah.
it up in one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad I
But
survived
you're a
that.
strong
Even
woman, though. You survived that. You're a strong woman. You know, you know, you can tell someone your story. You know what I'm saying? That because really, you never know who might be in the same situation right today.
yeah.
Someone might be scared to get it. Someone might be scared to leave. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. That's why I'm so glad that you talked about. You don't see too many YouTubers talking about stuff like this, but it's very insightful, and it can help a lot of people out just by sharing, listen to other people sharing their stories. So I don't
Right.
mind talking about it because I'm completely healed over that now. And
Right.
so
And like when you said how you kept just forgiving.
yes,
Um, my abuser, he ended up going to jail, and they knew when someone called the police. I didn't call the police. Someone, my upstairs neighbor, called the police because we was fighting hard up in that apartment. I mean, real hard. You hear me?
hmm,
And but I didn't let my accuser get away. But you know, once they got their mind together, they want to call and please don't press charges.
yeah,
That's when I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't mean it. I won't do it again. But like you said, in
hmm,
some states, if you drop it, they're gonna pick it up.
yeah. They said I couldn't, no matter if I drop it or not. Once the state pick it up, that's it.
I wasn't dropping it any. I wasn't gonna drop it. I didn't drop it. And this man reached out to me through third party. People called me on the 3-way and through letters and
Oh Lord.
family members, and it had got so bad. RH, the DA had to tell his attorney to stop calling me and stop
Yeah, that's
contacting me.
harassment.
They had pulled him out of the jail and tell him that.
Yeah.
They really did. And in all the letters that I told DA that he was writing me letters and things like that, and he was talking bad about I'm gonna let the white people lock him up, whatever. But in my mind was, you did that to me. That if I
Right.
let
It's not
you get
about
off,
them.
if I let you get off, you might go do, and we break up, and I know we broke up, but you gonna go do this to somebody? How are you gonna do this to somebody else? Or you might hurt somebody else that's not strong enough to handle that, like I was able to handle what you done to me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
If
saying?
he had got
Who's
out,
to
I
say?
think he would have did it to somebody else and he wouldn't have
Yeah,
cared because he didn't suffer the consequence.
that's
If that's
right.
so you have to have treatment for that. Like you have to get help. So if you're not in a position to get help for that, you're gonna always do that.
Yeah. I went to court, I went to trial, I went to court, and they gave him 25 years.
Wow.
25 years. Sure did.
He need to
Sure
get
did.
abused while he in there.
Sure did. I did not let it go. I went to trial. Every time I had trial, oh, they came and picked me up. The DA did. Make sure I didn't miss my date. They picked me up, baby. Sure did. They was on their job. They was not gonna let him get away.
Yeah.
They want to make a example out of him, however they want to do it, but he got 25 years,
I feel
and
like
he's
they need
still
to
in jail
change the
right
law
today.
a little bit. They need to have something. I don't care how small the situation is. If a man put his hands, or even a woman, because women do this stuff like that to men. If you
Yes,
bold enough to put your hand on your significant other, you need to serve some time, an extended
yeah,
amount of time, so you could think about your actions. Like go to your room, go to jail, and think about your actions
yeah, yeah, yeah. And if women
because
should
that's
let
not
men
cool.
just get away with it and just say, it's okay, it's okay. It's not okay. Don't be
Yeah,
blaming yourself. It's not you. You
I
know,
did blame myself. I,
yeah,
but when you in that situation, like I've been saying, like before you get in a situation like that, it looks simple. Like I'll just leave. But once you there, it's like
it's
maybe it could
different.
get better. I'm gonna give him another chance. He'll get better, and it don't.
And it don't. It get
You have
worse
to
and
have the
worse.
strength. You have to have strength to walk away. Like you have to have strength to walk away. But a woman only gonna walk away when she's tired. When she's
Right.
tired, she's gonna leave.
She's gonna leave. She's not gonna leave. She'll leave everything there.
Mm-hmm.
She leave everything but her, and she gone. She don't
Yep.
care about none of that at that point in time. She's tired.
Mm-hmm.
She got to
And
go.
when she walk away, there's no coming back.
There's no coming back. You're right. There's no coming back. You know, and I wish some of our young sisters take heed of what's going on and quit inviting these men into their home and, you know, and jumping on them and beating them up and, you know what I'm saying, and won't
Some
say
girls
I
like
love
that.
you and everything. But how you gonna love me? You gonna blacken my eyes and you gonna want
Right.
to wake up in the morning and look at me and done blacken my face all up and I'm supposed to be still pretty, feel good by myself. You done hurt me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? No,
That's not
leave.
cute. Yeah. They think that's love. That is not love. That is insecurity within yourself. And then that's just you just want somebody to call your man or your woman at the time. You just, I don't know. You got to grow up. You have to have a good mind frame.
Yeah, you have to. You just got to. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you just got to leave. You know, you just can't keep taking the abuse. So, you know, if you're any women's out there, you getting abused, you know, leave. Make your safety plan. Get your
Right.
safety plan. You know what I'm saying? Get in order. You know, you ain't just have to leave and don't know. I mean, if it's that bad, you just gotta go. I just gotta go right now. Go right
Right.
now. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But if you think you got enough time to make your safety plan and save some coins up to get away, to make your clean getaway, you do that. You
Right.
move in silence. Move in silence.
You got to. That's the only way.
Yeah. Because you tell a
Because
man I'm moving and he said you leaving, you're not gonna leave there, baby.
no,
You
a
in the
man is
sight.
abuser is a manipulator.
Hmm.
They'll manipulate it and make it seem like it's you, or make it seem like it was really nothing and it's not gonna do it. No.
Yeah,
Or
you got
try to
to fight.
manipulate you to come back. I'm not. No,
Yeah.
I can't keep coming back to that.
Yeah. You know, like I said, it starts with the little small things, and then it get bigger
Mm-hmm.
and bigger and
Yep.
bigger, and he'll be laughing here and it get bigger and bigger. Then he start telling you what to do, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, you be walking around on your knees around and doing the dog walk.
Exactly. I'm telling you, that's exactly how it was. Like, dang.
You know, that's too controlling. That's too much. It's too
Right.
much. It's not fair to you as to a woman or whoever the person getting abused. It's not fair to you. Love
Mm-hmm.
yourself. You got to love yourself. Love
Yep.
yourself. You know, love yourself and go. Shoot.
Right.
That's how I
That's
feel
what I'm
about
saying. I love myself. Like
it. Yeah.
now, I
I'm glad you
can't.
got away and you feel so much better. And, you
Yeah.
know,
Thinking back on it, it's like that was one of the most rough time I had in my life. And I'm just glad I overcame that. Everything that I went through, I overcame. I'm happy about it because it made me who I am today. And I'm glad I have children so I can mold them and share my experience with them so they can see.
you got that strength. You holding it down. You know, yeah, you are the mom. You got it. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, you can tell them what's good, what's not good. You know, what's right and not right, and they're gonna listen to you. That's
Yeah, I
right.
have my weak moments though. I don't be weak in front of them. I'm always strong. But when I'm by myself, I have my weak moments. I cry
Oh
and
yeah,
I just talk to God. Like I literally have conversations with God and I just get it out.
yeah, yeah. That's right. You know, and God he know his child. You know, he
Yeah.
gonna and he gonna put his child in some kind of word safe sooner or later. You know what I'm saying? Sooner
Right.
or later. You know,
Yeah.
you got to have faith, and like I said, when you have faith, you know, there's nothing can overcome when you got faith and you can move with that faith. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
That's true.
That's very true. And I sure thank you for coming and telling your story because, like I said, I've been domestic violence and a lot of people have, and some people just won't speak out about it. But
Yeah.
you got to speak out about it ordinary to heal. If you don't speak out about
Yeah.
it, you can't heal. You'll
Yeah.
never heal if you don't speak out about it.
You got to have some type of outlet. Like I
You
said
got
on
to.
Wicked channel, when I said on Wicked, I do my music and stuff. I put my expressions through my craft. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a lot. That's my therapy right there. Because I don't want to go sit and talk to nobody that probably got more problems than me. So
Right,
I just rather put my frustration and everything into my work.
right, right. Because when my son passed away, and like I said, the Mr. Violence I done been in, that's why I work out.
Yeah.
To clear my mind, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
be peaceful, you know what I'm saying?
And you're strong too. Like to lose a child, like I don't think I could come back from that because I'm already crazy. So I'll probably be over that. Is so I admire you and your strength and how you're able to just talk about it as a mother. So,
Thank
you know,
you,
I
girl.
admire you for that.
I was on my way to be crazy. Trust me, because
I believe
it was a
you.
lot. I mean, it was like the death was coming in threes. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother,
Hmm.
my mother, and then I got like maybe like a 2 year. My grandmother passed away. I got maybe about like a 3 year, rest of death. Then my mom, my brother passed at the same time, and then what's so crazy about it? My brother went to the hospital to go see my mom,
Hmm.
and he passed before she did.
Mm.
And then maybe 2 years after that, my dad passed. And then after that, my son passed. I'm like, well, golly. And they always say, well, you ain't never supposed to ask why. But RH, you can't help but to ask why.
Well, I mean, God says ask. You have to ask. You have to. That's just, he said ask and you will receive. You have to ask them why. I
Yeah.
don't. When people say don't ask, well, you have to.
Yeah. If you don't ask why, I don't think you're right in your mind if you don't ask why. Because
Hmm.
you want to know why it happened to me, or why this person, why, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Every death in the family hits different. When your mom passed away, it hits different. When your dad passed away, it hits different. When your
Hmm.
kid passed away, it hits different.
Yeah.
Every death hits different, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have that question, why?
Right. And it
So
said we'll never really get an answer of
no,
why. And
no,
that's the hurting part about it.
no. So yeah, that's the hard part about it. We'll never get an answer, but so we have to put our own answer in our own mind and just take the faith with it, and just keeping our belief. That's basically it.
Well, I
That's
put
how
you
we
in
can
my
stay strong.
prayers and just continue to pray for you for more strength for you. 'Cause I admire your strength just by
Well, sure,
listening to
thank
that
you.
about
And
you.
I admire your strength too for being a strong woman, for coming out the domestic violence, you know, for all the hell that you went through, even though you told all the story, but I could just figure it out. I could just imagine, you know,
Hmm.
all the hell that you went through. And you're very strong and you're a very beautiful woman. And I
Thank
thank
you.
you for coming up. And I hope your story have inspired a lot of women to come out and speak out about what has happened to them, and that, don't be embarrassed about it, because everyone has had some kind of domestic violence, verbally, physically, emotionally. It's some kind of way
Yeah.
you have been abused, and you may not think it's been abused, but it's been there. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's best to come out and talk about it. It's nothing to come out to shame nobody about, because it's not to be shame about.
And the sad thing about abuse, the people that get abused are the ones that be embarrassed, not the abuser. It's always the one that get abused. The abuser needs to be embarrassed of their actions, not us.
And you know what? They don't even be embarrassed. They
No, they
don't
be
be
proud of it.
embarrassed at all. They
They
go
be
do it to the
proud of
next
that.
person, next person. They don't care.
Hmm.
And I'd be like, your mom, I know your mom didn't raise you like this. Somewhere down the line, something happened for you to be this way. Or maybe perhaps it happened in your household, and your dad maybe was doing to your mom, and you just, took heed to it. That's what you're gonna do, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
In your household, you know what I mean? But it's not right, like, it's not healthy. It's not a healthy relationship or a healthy home, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
not. And your kids, your kids won't be healthy, and when they grow up, they don't even know what a healthy relationship will even be,
Right.
because
Kids are like a sponge. When they little, they soak
yes,
up everything. Everything they see, they're gonna want to do. We
yes,
had it around my children. No, it has to be positive.
mm-hmm. And when a man come to your house doing the hell raising, and he ain't really paying no bills, he just there
Oh, he ain't
soaking
coming to
up
my
good
house no way.
energy. He needs to not come, and he needs to go, because he bringing the bad thing. He bring the devil to your house with the bad energy
Hmm.
that he's
90-day
bringing.
probation, just like a
Yeah.
job. You got to try out 90 days. If you mess up between 90 days, you ain't coming nowhere near my house.
It's a done deal, huh?
Right. If you sneeze the way I don't like it, I don't like that sound, you gotta go. My kids ain't finna meet you.
Some ain't right, some ain't right.
Right.
And you know what? All right, since you said that, we have to take time to let men just meet be meeting our kids. A lot of people just let their kids just meet a man within a week or the
Oh
same day.
no, no,
You
no,
can't
no,
do that.
no, no, no. I'm protective of my children. You're not to come and disrupt their peace. I don't know if you're a predator. I don't know what kind of energy you bring in. No,
Right,
no, 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 no.
right. You gotta be careful who you bring in your house. I don't care just for just come in just to have fun and and ha ha. No, that can't even happen either, because you don't know who watching your kids or what they plan on doing, or they may be
Hmm.
crazy and just out for a moment want to just I just want to hurt somebody for that night, or you know what I'm saying? No,
Yeah.
you can be really careful when you bring men to your home, when you're by yourself, or when you got kids, or in any situation, period. Because nowadays these people are crazy and they're carrying weapons, and
Yep.
you don't even know they may even got a weapon on them, but they may have one. They're not going to tell you, but they're in your home, and the wrong thing go off. Guess what? You don't have one. They got one, and things might be in a bag. So yeah, we got to be careful who we let into our homes and interact with us.
Yeah. No, my kids. Then my kids are they. I'm outspoken, so they're my children. So they're like a little worse than me. No, but my kids are stuck on their dad. They just want their mom and their dad. That's all they see, mom and dad.
Right.
The only man comes to my door is their dad, and that's
Right.
it.
That's right.
But yeah, no, you have to earn that. You can't see my kids for a long time. That is something
privilege.
I'm protective of my kids.
It's a privilege. That's right. It's a privilege. To come to my home is a privilege. Yeah. Like you said, 90 days. That's right. That's a pretty amount of time to learn a person and to watch how they move and see how they interact.
I mean, they still ain't coming around my kids in 90 days. That's just to maybe think about letting you come around my kids. Because you still got to go another 6 months. But you pass that little 90 days, you off probation. So we'll get to the next level.
Oh, okay. You're so right. You're so right. But we got to stay strong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, thank you for having me up here. I'm so glad I was able to talk to you.
And you come anytime and talk about any of the many great topics that we have, and you're always welcome. And I do thank you as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy your night.
You too.
Okay, everyone. That was Miss RH, and she came to hang out with us and give us some of her good energy and tell us one of her wonderful stories. One of her stories that will inspire us to stand strong as women and as men. You know what I'm saying? And give us some peace of mind where you can get away from things like that and become strong and things of that sort. Hello, Miss Helen. Yes, ma'am. Manipulation is at its finest. It sure is. It most definitely is. And that's something that we have to watch for manipulation. It comes in all forms and fashion. So that's something that we have to keep an eye on at all times. We most definitely do. Okay. LB said, check my chat. I don't see anything in the chat. My messages. Okay. Pass that perp. Everybody, Helen has a poem. She has a poem. Pass that perp. Thank you, Elbreeze. I'm glad it's very inspirational. Like I said, I just want to bring awareness, to women and men of, what's going on in the world, and that it can be a game changer. There are ways, and resources out there that, can help you, if you are in any of this kind of situation. Very much so. Okay, I did. Okay, but yeah, I can't wait to hear it too, Sarah. I can't wait. And I do have a lot of more things coming up, a lot of more great topics, for us men and women, to have fun and laugh and talk about, and giving us some things that we can learn on that we may not know, because you're never too old to learn, new things. Never too old to learn new things, because I'm up in age and I'm still learning a lot of things, and it's okay, because as I learn, I appreciate some of the things that I've learned because I may not know. Hello, Miss Helen. How are you doing?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Hi,
Miss
guys. How are
Beautiful.
you? How is everyone doing?
We're good. We are very good. Glad to see you. I love your picture, Miss Helen. Your hair is so beautiful. Oh my God.
Oh, thank you. I
What are
love
you
to wear
gonna do
my
with all
head
that
wraps
hair?
now. Well, actually, it's braids, but I take them down, and I like to wear, my head wraps now. So, make different designs because in the future I want to open up my own head wrap business. So I'm learning how to, get different materials and things like that. So maybe one day I'll do a head wrap tutorial for you guys.
Okay, great, great.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So, Miss
So,
Helen,
yes.
in the morning time when I do read you the message on Instagram, they be so inspiring and be so breathtaking. I thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome. My girls are coming the door, so if you hear our fur kids barking, please just overlook that in the background. So please overlook that. I
That's
apologize
okay.
ahead of
That's
time.
okay.
It's two of them, so they tiny little dogs, so they
Oh,
are a mess.
really?
Yes,
Okay. They
yes.
babies.
Yeah, well, one of them is my daughter Jonna. She's like you would say, a teenager, and then the other one, his name is Sam, and he's really old. He was here ever since the girls was elementary school, so he's really elderly. So they
Oh,
love them a lot. So they are a mess. So if you hear any little chaos in the background, this is the girls coming in the house.
okay, okay, okay. That's okay. I understand. I do.
Yeah, I
So,
really, yes. I'm sorry. I really appreciate you guys. You guys are so inspiring and inspirational, and you're doing a beautiful job on your live. Your voice is really soothing and just so encouraging and uplifting, and I really, appreciate when you guys go on because it gives me something to do, and it's encouraging to meet with like-minded women that are encouraging and uplifting as well.
well, thank you, because a lot of shows are not a lot of shows are not uplifting. Um, a lot of shows that I've seen are more like breaking people down, and you know, I don't want to break anyone down because I've been broken down before. My feelings
Hmm.
have been hurt. Um, I done been stepped on. Things of that sort. So I know how I feel for to be done like that. You know what I mean? And that's not
Hmm.
what nothing that I want to bring or nothing that I want to have going on. Um, I want it to be more like an adult show where we do have adult problems. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And we can have a situation talk where we can work things out. Um, leave with a smile. You know what I'm saying? A lighter heart. Leave with some kind of inspiration thought that we have gave you when you leave. You know what I'm saying? Some more something more jolly to think about instead of just being down and you know and out and things of that sort.
Yes, I tell you, it's very encouraging and refreshing. Like I said, just be encouraged by other young women that, because I'm 49 and I'll be 50 in September. So it's encouraging to be around someone around your age that, you can have dialogue with without arguing and, just things getting out of hand, a safe place where you can just talk and just relax and have a good time.
Right, right. And that's something that we all need right now because there's a lot going on right now to be, bickering and fussing about little things. Right now is not the time to be doing that. Right now it's time to be encouraging and motivating, because things is not looking, it's pretty bad right now. The economic is so.
Yes.
You can find more things to do besides sit around and fuss and arguing, and about nothing really, and just say nothing.
Yes, exactly. So, what you just said is, I'm going to segue into my poem. It's called Chaos in the Midst of Chaos. And I wrote it in 2016, but with all that's going on today and what your topic was today, I thought it would be, be fitting. So, here it goes.
Okay.
Chaotic confusions all around us. It's in the midst of us. Disarray turns into disorder, shaking hands with turmoil, creating mayhem and provocation, leading to an upheaval and utter disruption, an ungodly pandemonium leading to a free for all of lawless anarchy. to incite the masses without even wanting to quell the chaos of the innocence of life, the life force that runs through each and every one of us, our blood veins revealing the same liquid red, which is the life force of humanity. When it's spilled in a state of chaos or confusion, never valuing or putting a value to life, brings a state of closed mindsets that will not be contained or controlled, and will put you in a state where complete confusion and disorder and behavior that changes humankind. Just simple loving kindness, simply loving your neighbor as yourself, as a common goal. By not standing up and standing by this rite of passage, events are not controlled by anything none other than destruction of human kindness, love, peace, dignity, and respect, all in a bubble that can't and won't be penetrated. Because the lack of love for fellow men will not allow it to shine, because we all know the devil loves confusions. Do not fall in this trap. Let love lead the way, not chaos. Yes.
That was beautiful, Miss Helen. That was beautiful.
Thank
Beautifully
you.
said. Oh
Thank you
man,
so much.
it's a lot of chaos. It's a lot of chaos in this world, and
Yes, it is.
you're so right. That was a beautiful poem, and it did hit um, a lot of topics that we talked about. And that's something that we need. A poem is something soothing because it gives
Hmm.
person a chance to sit back and just listen to the
Yes.
words, not just listen to the music, but you listen to the words of the poem. And when you listen to the words of the poem, you get it all in, and you feeling it. And when you get to the end, you understood, you felt it, you received it.
Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Normally, I'm pretty shy and I like to write. I have been like, you know, my mind has went blank. So when you approached me, I was like, a lot is going on. And I'll tell you, you really inspired me to start writing again. So I'm going to get a journal and then, do some more updated poetry. And then I'll share some more with you guys.
I thank you, Miss Helen. I really do love you for taking
Oh, I
the
love you
time out
too.
and just wanting to just be willing to help me out and doing these nice poems and soothing poems and strong poems. And I would like you to come back. We get a chance at any time and come back and read some
Okay.
more poems to us. And um, everyone in the chat, like I said, it's a beautiful poem, and we'd love to see more of you on a
Okay.
panel reading reading your beautiful poems and giving more inspiration and peace and love. I love it. I love that poem. Thank you.
Thank you. Anytime. So just let me know and I'll be here to support you in your channel anytime. So I
Okay.
love you and I'm going to jump down back in the chat.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Helen.
You're
Thank you. Love
welcome.
you, ma'am.
You too.
Yeah, that was Miss Helen. Wasn't that a beautiful poem? Oh man, that was wonderful. Thank you again, Miss Helen, for a beautiful poem. And that was very inspiration, and it gave a lot of words of and wisdom in it as well as you read it, and it was very soothing. Thank you very much, and please come back and read more of the beautiful poem that you have given today. And on that note, you know, I just want to say that love yourself. Can't no one love you like you can love yourself. You know, um, always be humble. Treat people as you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? You got to listen to people before you judge them. Listen to their words. Sometimes people listen to how you talk and how you bring the word to them for them to receive what you're saying. So be easy to words that you use, and be soft to as voice when you give out your thoughts to people so they can receive it the right way. And on that note, I'd like to thank everybody for coming to see. I'm not coming to see, but to enjoy the show. And I hope everybody come back and join the show with me again. And um, I just want to thank, the angels, from the angel gang. I want to thank my mentor again for coming out, supporting me. And she's the one who started me with the show. And she said I had a lot to say, and that I should share my thoughts. And, I thought about that. Yeah, I should share my thoughts, because someone out there, somewhere, want to hear what I have to say, has been in the same situation that I have been in, that's trying to get out the situation that I have been in. But whether you know it or not, you will never get out of the situation that I have been in. Your pain may ease, your thoughts may get happier, but you're going to always have that pain, So with that pain, we have to know that somewhere I can get happiness. Happiness is what you need. Keep yourself a smile. Make yourself pretty. You know what I'm saying? Tell yourself you love you. No one can make you happy but you. No one can do the things that you can do to make you happy but you. You may have someone that make them fulfill the things you may need, but you can make you happy. And on that note, I'd like to thank you for coming out. And I see my sister, y'all, from Deborah Goodnight is here in the chat. Thank you, sister, for coming out. Thank you, Tamika, Miss AJ, Miss Helen, Elbreeze, Monet, Tamika, again, my mentor, Wicked, and RH was a wonderful guest. Her, Miss Helen, thank you, ladies, for giving your stories. Miss RH for giving your story, and Miss Helen for your great poem you gave. I love it. It was so inspirational. Thank you, Miss Trina, for coming out. Thank you, Miss Pretty Black. Thank everyone in the chat for coming out to listen to what I have to say and give out some good inspirational thoughts, and try to build each other up, and let you know that you're not the only one who has been in domestic violence. Like I said, it's men and women. You know what I mean? And we're not here to bash anyone. We're just basically here to share our thoughts. Love you. If we're not there to give you a hug, just know the words in the chats that the angels and everyone in the chat will give you the comfort words. Hug yourself. Love yourself. I can't see you, but I love you. I don't know all of you, but I love you. You know what I'm saying? I love the person that you are, and the person that you are in my chat to, hear me out on the good things I have to spread around. And thank you for that. And once again, I would thank you for coming out. And on that note, I'd say peace and love. Good night. Good night, everyone.